Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another JK Deal Reveal coming to you live from the JK Deals on Wheels, the JK Mobile, which currently parked in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, wrapping up another deal in the next week here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful opportunities available in the States for nationals. So if you're Canadian, if you're chiming in from Australia, Israel, Russia, don't matter, there are opportunities in the US for you as foreign nationals. Today, we are going to go to the Sunshine State. We are going to be going to Florida to take a look at an investment that we actually haven't featured very often on the deal reveal over the past 4 years. We are going to be talking about a mobile home, so an opportunity to invest, or at least to consider and potentially invest in a mobile home in Florida. So we're going to have one of our gatekeepers. They actually haven't logged in yet, so I'm going to talk around. Hopefully, they don't have any connection problems here. But ultimately, we're going to go see if this deal, as we always do, meets the two golden rules of real estate, being, are we buying at a discount and are we buying cash flow with this opportunity? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I was just disabled screen sharing. How interesting is that? All right, JK team, if you can help me out here, I seem to have lost some accesses. If you can just maybe give them back to me, that would be fantastic. We'll be able to keep on going. I will say that this particular guest today has been in the JK community for, my God, how long has he been part of the JK community? But he's been in the shadows. He's actually one of our service providers. And so you may have heard the name Peter from time to time if you've been in the community for the last decade. But this is going to be the first time that he's going to share the screen here with me on the deal reveal. So this is an opportunity that he put together, that is a real opportunity. So if you have interest by the end of this, you can reach out to us. We'll connect you with Peter, and you'll be able to have your own conversations and see where it all goes. So that's that. Let's see if I have my accesses again. I do. All right. Thank you, JK team. Appreciate that. All right. So let's hopefully he joins in. And while we're here, I see a lot of first-time names in the live participants here. So I just would like to say welcome and welcome back to, who do we have just at the top of the list here? Verma, Tony, David, Stan, Shri, Tani, Sandra, Rob, Nancy, Marise, Karen, Jeremy, Isabel, Dorothy, Carolyn, Ben. Wonderful. Nice to see you all. And if it's your first time here, put in a hashtag JK either in the chat, or if you're listening in cross posted on Facebook right now, in the comments, please do put hashtag JK if it's your first time coming to the deal reveal. I love to know. And hi there from Dorothy, first timer. Welcome, Dorothy. We also have, yeah, from Oakville, Ontario, Dorothy. Thank you for sharing your location. That's also very awesome to hear where you're all from. Ontario, as you know, I was born and in Ottawa, Ontario. For those of you who are returning to the deal reveal, yeah, feel free to just say hi. And there's a bunch of people who've been saying hi since they came in there. Stan and Marise from Ottawa, fantastic. Hi, hi, hi. And if you're catching the replay, final little chat here. If you're catching the replay, put hashtag replay. We're compiling the stats just to see what the distribution is of our listeners, so we can better tailor these calls for you. As I mentioned, we've been doing this for 4 years, approaching 4 years now. Every week, a new deal in the U.S. that you can, learn from, but you can also take action on most times when we bring our gatekeepers to the front for you. Rob is saying hi from Toronto as well. It's fantastic. So I really do hope Peter is not having problems. So let's keep on sending out some good vibes. I would like him to speak about the opportunity himself. But if if he doesn't show up, it's his loss, and I'll do it without him. But I will say that I'm just going to flash back for the last 2 months now. Actually, the last month we did two meetups, right? One in the greater Toronto area, one in the greater Montreal area. They were phenomenal. There are still people who are talking about that event. There's still people who are joining the community after attending these events, and it's really phenomenal. The JK community and investing as a Canadian in the US has taken so much momentum over the last, well, since 2024, since January. It has been phenomenal and very exciting to see. Some of you who might be on the Facebook page and group have seen the JK Proteges, Noemi and Canuck, who are knocking it out of the park with 28 units on the cooker right now. And they just started a couple months ago. So it's really, really fantastic. Going from a market where they couldn't even find a deal that cash flow. They couldn't find any discount at purchase. Boom, 28 with massive cash flow, massive discount, and with some very creative strategies that make it that they're almost buying it with no money down. In fact, they could buy it with no money down if they wanted to. Um, and it's just so phenomenal. Dorothy, we'll keep the questions until the end, unless Peter decides to show up here. But Dorothy has an excellent question about taxation, which is definitely something that we can help out with. I will say one last little word before we jump into the actual opportunity that we have a bus tour coming on August 10th and 11th in Cleveland. So if you really want to get your feet wet, you want to see what it's all about, you want to meet the people, the attorney that's going to set up your entity structure, that's going to make sure you don't get double taxed. You want loan brokers. We're going to have two banks, basically, well, one loan broker and one bank at the event to help fund and finance your deals. So long as they meet the golden rules of real estate, that deal will have money for financing. I'm going to meet a property inspector, property manager, in fact, two property managers, one for long term, one for short term rentals. Who else are you going to see? A title company. You're going to see We Mind Renovations, which is our in house contracting company. So if you're part of our community, you may have access to We Mind Renovations so that we could help you with your renovation projects in the Cleveland market. So there's a ton happening. And obviously, we're visiting properties for sale. Most of them are all for sale. A couple of them are just going to show you like what we do, maybe what we recommend you do, and properties that are ongoing for educational purposes. But most of the properties are on the tour are for sale for you to put offers on. All right, so it's very, very exciting. And Dorothy asking how much does it cost for the tour? JK team, can you just slap in the link so everyone can just click on it and take a look at what it's all about? There's four regular admission tickets left, only four left, and there's one VIP ticket. That link that the JK team is going to be posting shortly, it's the one link, and then you can see both options and what they include. All right, so JK team, if you can just post that there, it'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. The bus tour is 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday, and the VIPs get an extra half day on the Friday afternoon. Just one picture of one of our recent. Yeah, this was a bus tour that we did this year. I think it was the first one we did this year. This will be our third one this year, and last one as well, unless there's something crazy happens, but it'll be our last. You will get to meet the deal butler. So if you want me to find, negotiate, and put those deals for you on a silver platter, and all you need to do is buy them, well, you'll have an opportunity to learn all about that at the bus tour as well. So as you can see, we've been busy. There's a lot happening here. Um, and JK team, what's happening here? All right, sorry. So JK team is having little technical difficulties on the other side. So for those interested in the bus tour, jkrealestatepartners.ca/bus tour. All right, so there it is. You'll be able to just click on this and off you go. So the deal of the week is Peter in the room. Come on, Peter. Lucky sevens. Are we here? I don't see Peter. What's happening? Listen, I'm gonna call him right now just to see, make sure he didn't get in an accident or anything. I really would like him to tell us about this opportunity himself. And so hopefully he picks up. I'll be 10 seconds. All right, fantastic. So apparently he was there in some fictional waiting room. So we had a glitch in the system. He's logging out and logging back in for you. And so while we do that, let's just go back to Dorothy's question just to make sure we're addressing it. Um, and Sandra, comment. He would love to know people who are buying with no money down. Please connect. Absolutely. Go check out Noemi and Kenuk on their last deal. They can tell you all about it. I mean, I haven't used any of my own money to buy any deals in the U.S. for the past 7 years. So, well, in fact, yeah, I've never used it, but there was this one time I had to put $2,000. That's really one of my specialties is finding and creating deals with creative financing, creative acquisition strategies. And Dorothy's question was, do we get double taxed if we invest in the US? You could if you don't do it right. If your entity structure is not set up to take advantage of the tax breaks and the tax treaties between the US and Canada, you could very well be double taxed. The best example of so many people fall into this trap is when they open up an LLC just because someone told them, or they talk to some U.S. attorney who doesn't know how it works for Canadians, and they just open up an LLC on Rocket Lawyer or something like this. Um, you will get double taxed on your rental income. So there's a very specific way to avoid that, and it's with the use of a different entity called a limited partnership. But that involves, some knowledge, and you have to know how to do it. But don't worry about all that because our attorney, Bob, who will also be at the bus tour live in person for the second time this year, he will be there, and him and his firm will be able to assist you through that. And that's really what they do. They have been on our team for the past 10 years. This is the attorney we started with. We have done every single one of our entities, which has been over a dozen. I don't think we've hit 2 dozen yet, so I can't say that. But we have created a lot of businesses, a lot of entities in the US as Canadians, and it's all thanks to Bob and his team. Um, uh, S is asking a question. Can we do that to expense this trip with you all? Absolutely. If you start a business in the US, you will be able to deduct that as a business expense, even if it is before the creation of your actual business. So it's all considered under the startup costs of your business. Oh boy. All right. I don't know what the holdup is. Yep, so that's weird. I just texted again the link, so I guess we're gonna have to get started. Hopefully he joins in. So let's continue. So here we have a mobile home in Florida that we can buy for $25,000. Okay, $25,000. And on this deal reveal, what we love to do on the deal reveal is to see if those two golden rules are satisfied. One, are we buying at a discount? So is $25,000 less than the actual value of this mobile home? So are we buying equity? Are we buying net worth just by virtue of moving money? Are we growing our net worth and our pool of equity simply by moving equity? That's pretty powerful. And the second question is, are we cash flowing? So after you pay for all of the expenses, taxes, insurance, management, maintenance, mortgage, utilities, and all the other maybe shit like rental permits and rental registrations, etc., are you still left with money in your pocket at the end of the month? And if you are, that means you are positive cash flow, which is what we're looking for. We want every purchase we do to add cash flow to your life so that every time you buy a property, it actually makes it easier to buy the next one, not harder, right? So we're going to see if this home satisfies our two golden rules of real estate. So here it is. Da-da-da. This is the mobile home in question. And as I mentioned here, we're going to look at and Peter put together a nice little presentation for you on the population of this particular city of where this home is located. And here's what's really cool. All right, the monthly income. Right, if you were the owner of this home and you rented it out, right, because this is Florida, this is not like in Michigan where most of our mobile homes, where the mobile homes we own are typically in the Midwest, Michigan, where the monthly income it could be like $700. Well, here we're triple that, right? For almost $2,200 a month is what you can charge for a mobile home in Florida in in the city. Now, you don't own the park, you don't own the land in this particular scenario. You may buy a mobile home park where you own the land, like in Michigan, we own the land, and so we rent the land and the home to our tenants. But in this case, you wouldn't own the land, and so you would have to pay lot rent, land rent, to have your home on someone else's piece of land. So that's the rent you're going to have to pay. So you have what we call here a rental arbitrage, where you're going to charge some rent and then you have rent to pay as well. So the rent you charge is going to include home and land, if you will, and then you are going to have to pay the land rent to the landlord. And on top of that, you probably want to factor in some management costs. So here we have 10% of the gross rental income. And then you have the utilities. 75 is very low. And so I'm thinking that this is on a private water and well system because this is a really low amount for utilities. But then again, in Florida, you don't have the heating bill, but you might have the AC bill. Having said that, the tenants, depending on the metering of the park, might be responsible for paying for electric and gas, and maybe the owner is only responsible for water, sewer, and trash, for example. So every case might be different when it comes to mobile home and mobile home park investing, but ultimately that's what we have here. All right. So notice that there's no taxes here because you're ultimately the renter, right? In this rental arbitrage. Notice that you don't have insurance. Now you may want to add insurance because you would own the home, and so maybe factor in an extra 50 to $100 a month for insuring the mobile home itself unless you're comfortable with the risk of self-insuring. But Florida happens to have some hurricanes and some wind events, and so might not be a bad idea to have some insurance. But that's a personal choice. Um, and what else do we have? Utilities, management, mortgage, right? So in this particular example, we're assuming that the purchase is done all cash. So that 25,000 is just coming in. It's difficult. There are programs to finance mobile homes, but typically those programs are only available to experienced mobile home operators. For example, myself, I have that's two $1 million line of credits to buy mobile homes, whether they're new or they're used or so forth. Like you can get to a point where that is just that's basically your financing, your line of credit that you can just buy homes as you see fit. But assuming here, let's just get you started, 25,000 you buy without a mortgage, and there you have your expenses, right? Total expenses about $1,000, total income over $2,000 coming in, and after that, what's left over? That's your cash flow. So imagine spending $25,000 and cash flowing $1,000 a month and no mortgage, right? Now that is some serious cash flow, some serious cash on cash return. So let me just keep round numbers. Let's say you're $1,000 a month. That's 12,000 a year, and you're all in for 25,000, right? That's a 48 cap rate, a 48% cash on cash return unleveraged. Okay, this is incredibly phenomenal. Now, this is if you found this opportunity and you did it and it didn't need any repairs. But look at the condition of this. It's actually not half bad. I mean, it looks like it's lived in right now. There's some proximity to the water. We have the housing authority, so like average rents in this area. Um, and then we go here, and just real quick, we basically see the cost here to acquire the property, as well as some reserves and blah blah blah. So it's about 25,000 all in, right? And now I really wanted Peter to be here so that he can kind of present the opportunity a little bit more, and for some reason he's stuck in some imaginary waiting room, which is really annoying, and we don't know how to fix it, so I do apologize. But basically, the two golden rules: are we cash flowing here? Yeah, a 48% cap rate is cash flowing a little bit, right? I don't think anyone's gonna spit on that. Almost like 2 years and you get your money back, a 50% cash on cash return. This is right in line with the best investment we ever did in the US, which was a 46 cap triplex that we bought for $32,000 in 2016. And so it's just ridiculous. I mean, there are opportunities out there when you're connecting with the right people with the right opportunities. Now, granted, there's an opportunity here to work with Peter potentially if he's open to it. but there's an opportunity to to split at some way, shape, or form um, this opportunity. So yeah, maybe your 48 turns into a 24 or something like that, but you can still understand how there's some massive cash flow behind this deal. And no, 22.5 is not the down payment; it is the purchase price. So there's that. So cash flow nails it out of the park, obviously, for this particular deal, right? Now, are we buying at a discount? The other golden rule of real estate, um, he can, um, you can look and see what this particular model and age is worth. And what's really interesting is like this home in Michigan might be worth, I don't know, 10, 15,000, and in California might be worth 400,000, right? It is very, very geographic and local market dependent. And so I was hoping that Pete could come in here and discuss a little bit about that. But at the end of the day, when you're investing in something that's so high cash flow, maybe buying at a discount isn't all that important. Like, what if this property was worth 20,000 really, and you're buying it for 25? Like, are you that upset that you're buying at a discount if the cash flow is so strong on the other side? Now, that's a real question to ask yourself. I'm particularly fond of cash flow. So when I see opportunities where the cap rate, the cash flow is so out of whack, I am much more lenient on the buying at a discount golden rule. Of course, in the ideal world, you have them both, and they're both strong. But what's an extra 5,000? What's an extra 10,000 in a deal like this? If I were to venture a guess on this particular property, and I mean, you could go to Zillow with the address of the property, and I wasn't planning to do all this, so I really do apologize. Usually, our guest speaker really fills in the blanks for us here. Let's just see. I don't have the property's address exactly. But what you could do, you could put the property's address in Zillow or Redfin or Trulia, any of these real estate websites, and you can look for comparable properties. Other properties like this one, similar size. Obviously, only compare mobile homes to mobile homes, apples to apples here, because it's a different asset. It's not a stick built. It is a mobile homes, so only compared to mobile home sales that happened recently and nearby. But if I were to venture a guess on this, I would say this property is probably worth in the 25 to 50 range. So it's almost a wild ball guess at this point because we really do need to look into it a little bit more. But I'm thinking at worst we're paying full market value, or there is some kind of discount. I mean, it's $25,000 for a home that really looks livable, decent. I mean, yeah, it's not perfect. You see, you got some ceiling, and there was some water damage here at some point, but ultimately, it is in a livable condition. So that's what we have for you today. Unfortunately, we'll have to bring Peter on some other time to give details. Or if you're interested, JK team just put in the chat. Oh no, it was a private comment. JK team, please put a public comment for everyone if they would like more information on this. If they would like to speak with Peter directly to discuss this deal, to put in an offer, start their negotiation, do what they need to do, just reach out to us by email info@jkrealestatepartners.com and we will facilitate that connection for you. So thank you, JK team. So is this a deal or no deal? What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have a deal or no deal this week? All right, I see some thumbs up coming. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting one. It's a cool one. Yeah, deal, deal, deal. We like this. Very, very strong cash flow. The only little downside is don't expect too much appreciation in the mobile home space. A mobile home is basically a vehicle, right? It's like a car. In most markets, it's a depreciating asset, unless you're in a very crazy appreciative market like California, something like this. Those homes actually do take value over time, but that's an oddity. And most mobile homes lose value over time, and when they get too old, they could become costly for repairs. But it all factors into the numbers, right? If your cash flow is that strong, I think you can handle a few $100s a year in maintenance, right? So Dorothy, who is Peter? Peter is the gatekeeper for this deal. Peter is the person who found this deal, put it together, negotiated, put it on a, he built it, and he came here. He does deal quite a bit in the mobile home space. It's actually thanks to Peter that we found a mortgage on our mobile home, one of our mobile homes in Michigan. So he's connected. He's in the industry. He's been there for many, maybe decades. I actually don't know when he started, but at least over a decade now, because that's all right around the time we met originally. So with that being said, that's our deal reveal for the evening. I hope you enjoy. A little bit different than what we normally do, but I do invite you to the Epic Bus Tour that's going to be in Cleveland. We're going to talk about a ton of different assets, from single families to multi-families. We're going to try to squeeze in an apartment building like we did last time. We're going to have properties that are being renovated, that need renovation, that have been renovated, that are being renovated, like everything. We're going to show it all to you at the Epic Bus Tour with properties that you can take action on. You can go in there, put offers, and buy your first. And here's a quick sneak peek of our last bus tour, just to give you a sense of what happened. All right, pretty cool, right? All right, so four spots left, four regular admission spots left, and one VIP. The VIP includes accommodations. It includes an extra half day with Janie and myself, private, where we see some opportunities that are not in the regular bus tour, if you will. One spot left for that. So if you're interested in that, jkrealestatepartners.com/bus tour. It's on the screen. It's a Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday if you're VIP. August 10th and 11th. JK team, if you can just put that link back in the thank you, appreciate that. You're awesome. And Nancy, thank you, appreciate those kind words. Highly recommended. Nancy's been on two of our bus tours, one in Florida, one in Cleveland. So she is definitely, and she has obviously taken action and bought her first properties in the U.S. in both states, actually. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, Sandra, you're welcome. Absolutely, so much love in the community right now. It's amazing. And for those who know and are still on the fence about the All You Can Learn Pass, where you learn everything we have to offer. Um, we have over 30 programs. If you're looking for financing, if you're looking for deals, if you're looking for how to use your RSPs, if you're looking for property management, project management, if you're looking for how to analyze deals, the resources, the lawyer, the accounting, there's a program for every one of these that we've put together. We've been busy beavers over the last 5 years. They're all there remastered for you, and we're excited to just help you along your journey. So if you'd like to join the All You Can Learn community, it's a 6-month experience where we want to basically guarantee results, or at least continue supporting you until you get that first deal. So 6 months to your first deal. You should be able to, in the first 3 months, look at Noemi and Canuck with 28 deals under contract. And it definitely has not been 6 months for them. jkrealestatepartners.com/programs to take a look at the All You Can Learn or any specific individual program. If you want to do an Airbnb, like the DIY, do it yourself version of an Airbnb, we got a program for that. If you want to do a luxury, a vacation rental short term, like our Magical Muggles Mansion, our Harry Potter themed luxury short term rental in Central Florida, that's the key to castle, right? All these programs are there for a specific reason. You're interested in apartment buildings or mobile home parks. That's the multifamily manifestation program. Where do you get the maximum results for the least amount of effort in the multifamily space? That's multifamily manifestation. It'll blow your mind how simple it can be. All you need to do is identify opportunities that other people don't. And then that value add is a cinch. So there we have it. We'd love for you to become a member if you're not already. Join the bus tour. This was our very first bus tour we did before COVID in Cleveland. It was It was an intimate bunch, but amazing, amazing people. Some of these people have grown up to become coaches themselves. And here's some other bus tours, another bus tour, and that is our deal reveal. We'd love to see you in Cleveland. We'd love to see you at our next meetup. Reach out, stay connected. We're here to help, and we're wishing you a most wonderful evening, an opportunity to do now for tomorrow for the lifestyle you deserve. And I know I threw a lot at you today. I do apologize. Hopefully, it was digestible. And for those who are part of our community and who will be on at 8 during the mastery call with me, we are going to bring to you an attorney who specializes in real estate planning, and probate. Some of you know my grandfather passed away last week on Tuesday, and I was up in Canada helping the family sort out all that. And the crazy man didn't have a will. All right. And so it really it really did not do well for the families that, and I would like to avoid this from happening to everyone and anyone possible. On top of having to pay the CRA, probably about 400,000 more than you're legally obligated to with the right structure and paperwork. It just created some family drama that could have been avoided. And so, in an effort to avoid this, avoid the pain, we're bringing on a real estate attorney tonight at 8 for our community members, and she's going to talk about just talk about it, answer any questions, kind of give you the first steps and the importance of getting it all done before it becomes too critical. So, with that being said, that's happening tonight, and we hope to see you there as well. So, with that being said, have a great one. We'll see you at the latest next week, and we'll see some of you, hopefully most of you, next month, mid-month, August 10th and 11th for our epic bus tour in Cleveland. Have a great evening, everyone.